There are some people who asking me this question, Jimmy, why don't you invest into index fund and play it safe or even diversify your portfolio? Well, here's my take for you. Here's my answer. First of all, I say I don't like to play it safe. Okay, when it comes to investing or when it comes to open your own business, you have to know your personality. Okay, I'm going to be different from you. You're going to be different from me. Okay, everyone else is different. You have to find someone that fit your style. Okay, for me, I know for sure, I know 100% for sure, I am not a type of guy that like to play safety. When it comes to business, right, for the last 20 years, okay, for the last 20 years, I mean, like, I operate my business, I taken a lot of risks, and I barely work for any kind of company, okay? I'd rather be broke, working hard, but one day become wealthy, okay? So I know myself really well, okay? And I'm a hustling guy, you know, never give up and do whatever it takes to become successful. So I know my style really well. So the question in here is, do you know your style really well? It's kind of like when I operate my business, I don't go out there and have like, let's say for example, when I open my business, I will not go and open like 3 company or 4 company, okay? When I have like, let's say $700,000. When I operate a business, I go all into one business and know it so well, inside out, and focus on it and make sure that business becomes super successful. And after that, when it becomes successful, I even put more of my time into it to scale that business to a higher level, okay? And that is my style. And so I take the same similar style, come into investing. When it comes to investing, let me ask you a quick question, like, what is investing? Why do you invest anyway? It is because you want to make more money? It is because you want a faster return? Like, why do you invest in the first place? Different people have different goals when it comes to investing. Some people, when they're 45, 50 years old, they may want to invest to make a little bit more money on their retirement, right? Because they wanted to play more safety. Then maybe that, during that time, diversify or invest into index fund, it may be right for you, for example, right? You don't want to take that much amount of risk and you want a stable return. But for young people or for anyone that have extra amount of money and want to invest because they believe into something so much and they're willing to take that risk, they're willing to lose that money. It's kind of like you go to the casino, you have like, okay, I have $20,000 in the casino. And I say, you know what? I want to turn that $20,000 into $100,000. What kind of game in the casino give me the most of return? And most important thing is, what kind of game in the casino that I have the most skill set that I can sit down on the table and win, for example. So when it comes to investing, it's the same philosophy. It's the same concept. When I jump into investing, you know what? I have, let's say, $200,000, for example. I say, you know what kind of investing in the stock market and in the crypto market that give me the highest return, but it's also match my skill set and match my unique ability and have the high return. So when I look at it, I say, you know what? Definitely it's not index fund, because I'm not going to invest into the index fund and have like 5 to 6%, 7 to 8%, or even 10 to 15% per year, for example, like that, and compound interest over time. I mean, I invest into some of that already, but like, you know, on different type of investment. But for this particular stock and crypto, I asked the question, index fund cannot do that thing to me. And I test out diversify as well. At first, when I jump into the market, I invest into like 15 company, 20 company. And after that, it doesn't give me the result. And after that, I invest down to like 7, 8 company. It doesn't give me the result as well. Because why? When you have like $200,000 or even $500,000, you invest into those companies. It's like 8 company, 10 company, 15 company. You don't have time to learn about all those companies. And the most important thing is, when those companies drop down, how in the world can you stay confident to buy more or support more of those companies when you don't have enough knowledge of those companies? Because you don't have enough time to research about those companies. So After I invest into a lot of companies, I said, you know what? I'm going to invest only into a few companies and know about those companies, know about those stock or crypto so well that when it's going down or it's when going up, I'm so confident. And when I'm so confident, I double down. It's simple as that. It's kind of same thing like I operate my business. I don't go open like 3 or 4 different or 5 different, 6 different businesses because it looked nice. And I have no idea who run the company, what the company is about. When it's going down, I don't know what to do. I don't have the skill set of grow the company. I focus on, a few company, one company, and go all in, scale it up. And when I scale up to become super successful, then if I want to open a second company, then I may hire the people who have the great skill set to run the second company. Same thing with investing as well. I only diversify when I make a lot of money in my portfolio, make like million dollar in my portfolio. And after that, if I want to diversify, then I take out the money that I win and invest into the stock or the crypto that I truly believe in. And I have enough knowledge in those particular stock and crypto, right? And invest into those things. So that is my take of why I don't really diversify and why I don't, like, index fund, because it just doesn't give me the return of investment, 10x, that I really want. And of course, some of you guys may say, you know what, 10x, it's gonna be a lot. 10x is too much. It's only too much for the people who not know what they're doing. But if the people who know what they're doing, then and they have this very, high self-driven goal, then 10x is really nothing, for those people with the high-driven goal. Okay, so most important thing is you have to know your goal, what your goals are, and focus on those goals and find out what strategy fit into your goal. Different people have different strategy. Good luck, guys, and always invest like a genius.